Hey everybody, it is the Brink of Sanity, episode 217. We got the all-star lineup today, Mark and Bri. How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good.
I'm going to keep talking over Bri. Bri, talk now. Come on.
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Good. I am officially living in Long Island right now. I just moved to a house, and I have a lot more space, so I'm doing the show from my kitchen as normal. I don't know.
Now, are we offering you congratulations or condolences that you live in Long Island now?
A mixture of both.
Okay.
We have an office upstairs. Well, we have a fourth bedroom that's an office. My wife had to do work, so she's like, go do it somewhere else. I'm like, I will be in the kitchen. But I have more space in this kitchen, so it's better.
Wasn't that the whole point of getting a fourth room, that you could actually be left alone?
Well, yeah, but then she had to do work. I could do it. We have a basement where there's a room in the basement, but the way the internet was set up was the internet does not work that well in the basement. So I figured I would. I want to try to get one of those things that boost your internet for downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
You got to say, woman, go to the basement, and then run and hide.
Woman, go to the basement, and on your way down, make me a pie and
a
other
nice
things.
tall drink.
You say,
Yeah.
woman, go to the basement. And by that, I mean, I'll be in the basement.
Yeah, and I'll sleep on the couch tonight.
And by that, I'll make you breakfast in the morning. Yeah, take that. We moved in. I'm taking a week of vacation in honor of moving. I don't know what you guys are doing on your vacation, but my vacation involves putting stuff away and hanging pictures and buying lots of random stuff.
That sounds great.
Dream vacation?
Yeah. My vacation was in Vegas.
Your vacation did not beat hanging up pictures in a house and
No.
organizing stuff.
I didn't hang up one picture.
Did you get to put used boxes in twine?
You put boxes in twine?
Not in twine. I tied them up with twine. I don't know. We have a ton of boxes, and someone said you should tie them up if they want the garbage men to take them. So I spent a half hour trying to tie them up in twine, which I'm apparently not very good at doing.
Let's hear more about this twine. Break
What
it
do you
down
mean?
for us. No, I'm just kidding.
I thought you were serious. It's brown twine. It's recyclable twine, or it's made from recyclables. I don't
Go on.
go on. I don't know. The garbage men are going to come tomorrow, and I'm going to try to.
No, don't go on. I don't want to hear.
No,
any
I'm
more
going to go
about
on. I'm going to try to slip them some money so they'll take away. So instead of waiting till Friday when recycling comes, I'm going to try to get them to take the boxes tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Long Island, suburb life, exciting.
Mm-hmm. Sounds
Home
like
ownership, you gotta love it.
It's yeah. This is living the dream,
That's it.
I guess. So you went to Vegas, Jay?
I did go to Vegas. Yeah.
Rye, have you been to Vegas recently?
I was there in April, remember? We had a whole show about it.
Yeah. No. When do I get my trip to Vegas? You go to Vegas. You guys go to Vegas. Where's my trip?
You wasted it on twine.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I could have gone to Vegas and had a really good time for the price of this house.
Probably. I haven't talked to Jay, but just knowing that the one picture that he posted from Vegas was them playing Nintendo in the pool cabana, that it probably wasn't that exciting of a time.
Yeah, I did see Jay had posted. Jay had done that I'm in Vegas, I'm by the pool, lots of hot chicks around, and I'm playing Super Mario.
First of all, it was Castlevania.
Oh, okay. I stand
It's like something you would like if you brought your 14-year-old kid to Vegas, be like, here's your Nintendo, shut the fuck up, meet us at the airport when we leave, that kind of thing.
Well,
I'm balling with P. Diddy and Metroid.
we rented a cabana by the pool all day, and
About $800.
it was $275, but then you had to order $400 worth of food and drink.
Yeah.
Wait, how much was it?
So a total $675.
Oh, wow. But you get to get the drink and stuff. That's cool.
You
have to pay for it, and for $400, that's like 3 bottles of beer, probably, right?
No, we drank from, I think, 8:30 in the morning until 7 at night. We ate so much food. It was just nonstop.
How much was this? How many people did this split between?
7?
Oh, okay, that's not so bad. That's actually a pretty good
$100
deal.
a person, probably?
Yeah.
No, because the one guy actually fronted the cabana fee, so we all just threw in $50, and he took care of the rest. So $50, 8 and
Can I hang with your friend that likes to pay for stuff?
Yeah, he was just throwing money left and right. It was pretty sweet.
You're like, dude, I got this. Okay.
He's like, we're like, oh, should we take a cab over here? He's like, no, I'll just pay for a limo. I'm like, okay, sounds good to me.
Should we go to a strip club? Nope. I'm going to have all the girls come here.
So it rained for like a half hour.
Did he get a dome to cover you guys during the rain?
No, that was the cool part because everyone else like ran away from the pool, and we had hooked up a Wii U and we were playing Nintendo in there. So it was.
So did your hot waitress laugh at you guys while you were playing Nintendo at the pool?
One of them laughed, and one of them was super jealous.
Oh.
But she was super jealous just because you weren't working and she was working.
I don't know. She was really young. I mean, she was probably like 18. She was asking if we watched South Park and stuff.
Ah.
South Park? That's still on TV?
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's
just
just like, you play Nintendo. Do you do anything else from 20 years ago? You guys are old. My dad likes Nintendo.
Hey, can I ride your time machine?
Wow, this is pretty cool. Do you guys have corded phones? I don't know. I actually also jumped into the 21st century and got an iPhone.
I was going to break the bad news today. I am soon to be the proud owner of an iPhone myself.
What is happening
Really?
to you guys?
Why is that bad news?
Because I just always said I was never going to get an iPhone.
How did both of you guys decide to do that in the same month?
Well, Brian and I are both really big Met fans, and Met fans think alike.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go to 2 Met games this year, they give you a free iPhone. That's how desperate they are for fans.
And iPhones?
Yeah, actually, Jay, since you don't follow baseball and you probably don't go to games, when you go to the games, they give you like money. Like they give you lots of things. I got to call my car. They gave me like a car for going to the game.
Yeah, your friend in Vegas, that's the Mets. It's like, oh, you come to the game? Yeah, we'll get you a couple hot dogs. Yeah, no problem.
You don't take the subway home. Here's a Beamer. Yeah, actually, I have to say I held out for a long, long time. I finally have one, and I'm like, and if I've had it for like maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks, maybe, I'm like, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was sending you links, and you're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And usually, I'd have to wait for you to find a computer and watch it.
Excuse me, I'm dialing up in the library.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, now I'm like responding to people. I'm like people are like, what? Like, why are you so responsive? Like, we don't like when you respond to our emails.
It was eerie because I knew you were off of work and you were responding to my stuff like right away.
We were just like testing our text messages. We didn't think you'd actually respond to our text messages. No, it's like I've been home since I've been out of work since Wednesday, and I'm able to I've had to do work even though I've been out of work, and I've been able to it's been pretty cool. You can do a lot of things with an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this technology thing, I think it's going to catch on.
Probably.
Yeah. Should we take the money from the listeners that gave us for the software and put it in Apple stock?
So Jay, in 20 years, the next time you go to Vegas, you could play with your iPhone at the cabana, and the 16-year-old waitress will be like, "Wow, I read about those." I actually don't even have mine yet. My dad and I went to the store today because our plan was up. We have a family plan, and I upgraded, but I went with the bigger size one. They didn't have it, so they had to order it. So I won't have it for 2 days.
We're giving a lot of exciting stories to people.
Yeah,
Jay, what?
It's probably more exciting than Jay's Vegas stories, though.
Shouldn't we be able to see each other? What happened to the software?
I bought it, but we started late today, so I didn't want to test it out yet. So next episode, we'll be starting live shows.
Next episode, you'll be able to see our face in all its glories.
So just chill to the next episode.
Yeah.
We stayed in one of the older hotels in Vegas.
Which one?
Monte Carlo, right?
Yeah, the Monte Carlo.
Yeah. I stayed there. It's not bad, but it's under construction.
It's not bad, but they don't have those fans in the bathroom. And
the dumper fans?
Right, or to cover up sounds. Because I shared a room in Vegas with a female, and then I realized without that fan, you have a fart situation.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, normally with a guy, I'd belt it out, but with a girl, I'd be like, oh, I'll go into the bathroom and turn on the fan, and there's no fan. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going to hold farts for all weekend.
So you had like a girlfriend for the weekend with none of the benefits?
Right. Yes.
Or did you have some benefits? I don't know. What happened in Vegas, Jay?
I don't know. It stayed in Vegas.
Any good stories from Vegas besides we played Castlevania? It was awesome.
Let's see. We figured out one of the scams. That you go outside of the hotel and
there's a lot of scams.
Yeah, and
you where you like go to this place and they gamble and they take your money. Tell me about the scam.
There's a limo outside and they're like, listen, we'll drive you back and forth to and from the strip club, and you got free admission to the strip club. All you have to do is buy 2 drinks. And I figured out what that is. The scam is they have no intention of driving you home from the strip club.
Well, did they say they're going to drive you home from the strip club?
Yes, he said, we'll drive you home. I said, when do you get off of work? He said, 2. We called him at like 12:15. He's like, I got off of work early. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, obviously he's not coming back. You already paid him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, how much are you paying for that?
It was $60, but he bribed us with Coors Light and what's that shitty cinnamon whiskey?
Fireball?
Fireball, yeah.
Here, actually, this is the best guy. I went to Vegas a while back. It's been like 8 or 9 years, but when I went there, someone it was a bachelor party, ultimate scam. So someone's the bachelor's like his brother. He's like, where can I go get a massage? And the driver takes him to the massage place, and he keeps like waiting and like, okay, and it's nothing. They just paid a lot of money for an actual massage.
You could have got that at the hotel.
Yeah, exactly. It was like everything implied that they were like, he's like, okay, happy ending, okay, and like they're like, what are you talking about?
Wait, this is a legit operation here.
Yeah, that was the scam. The scam was they take you to a legit operation, and you just feel like a fucking moron. You just paid a lot of money for a massage.
I got to say, the women at the Hustler Club were not as hot as I was expecting. I was expecting like...
There goes our audience, Jay. Oh, our listener, our fan base is just Hustler Club strippers.
I have to
admit,
admit,
way to insult them.
All my trips to Vegas, I've never been to a strip club out there.
Well, you get a motorboat for $1, so that was worth $1.
Oh.
That was the best $1 I think I've ever spent in my life.
In Vegas, or not in Vegas, in Montreal, they let you for $1 you get to squeeze them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In Haiti, for $1 you get AIDS. Hey, do we have a million questions on Facebook? You guys want to do the questions, and then we can talk about whatever we want?
Sure.
Does that sound good, Jay?
Yeah, let's do that.
Unless Jay has more good stories from Vegas.
Jay, do you have a lot more? Hang on, Jay, tell me. So, yeah, we were in Vegas. So much was going on. We ate grilled cheese.
I do have one more story.
Okay, it was absolutely insane. We played a CD of MC Hammer.
While playing Jenga.
Did you go to the gun place?
No, we didn't go to the gun place.
Did you go to In-N-Out Burger?
Everyone got there the day before me, and they went to In-N-Out Burger.
Did you gamble?
I did not gamble.
Did you do anything besides play Castlevania?
There was a lot of Castlevania.
Holy shit, just Castlevania.
We went to the that rotating restaurant on the Space Needle, whatever the thing's called.
It's called Giant Tourist Trap?
Stratosphere?
Stratosphere, yeah.
Did you jump off it?
No, my buddy went skydiving. I don't do heights.
I've done that before.
They have a thing where you could jump off it, and it's like a real slow drop.
A real slow drop? You mean like an elevator?
Yeah, like you step off it and you just sort of like float down. It's weird.
Is it like supposed to be like a free fall, like simulated free fall?
Yeah, kind of, but it goes real slow. Like it's hard to explain. I saw it on the Travel Channel.
You sure it wasn't an escalator?
No.
Is it because like the air is pushing you up, so you kind of?
No, you're on like a cord. You're on like a bungee cord, but it just instead of just like falling straight down, it just like lowers you like at a weird pace.
Are you saying basically
I see.
you get to be like Peter Pan in a play?
No.
So it's like
somewhere between that and a free fall.
So it's like Mission Impossible 1, but from a lot higher up.
Probably.
Okay, I want to go skydiving. but in slow motion.
I didn't. They have a rotating restaurant up there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really good, but a little pricey.
How fast does it go? Like 30 miles per hour?
It rotates around. You get a 360 view every hour, I think.
Wouldn't it be cool if it went really fast? And they had to slam on the brakes half the time.
And everyone eating's just barfing.
And Jay's like, I'm trying to play Castlevania, guys.
I set up Castlevania everywhere we went.
There we go.
I'm like crawling behind the slot machines trying to find a plug to hook up Castlevania.
You're like, don't worry, don't deal me in. Could you plug this in behind you?
So the cabana next to us, a couple of guys rented it and then left like 2 hours early.
Yeah.
And these other guys tried to just go in there and take it over. And obviously they don't let you do that. So they went over to him and they said, you got to rent it if you want to stay in here. And it's the full price for the entire day. And it was like 5 o'clock and you have to be out by 7.
Well, that seems kind of absurd.
Yeah. So one of the guys said, yeah, that's fine. And I'll take 5 bottles of liquor. And the guy next to him is like, excuse me? He's like, yeah, you guys are all good for it, right? And he put in like $1,000 order.
And
the guy barged into our cabana and he's like flipping out. He's like, that motherfucker, like he just agreed to order all this bullshit and like now I have to pay him like $400. He was just going off. It was so funny.
What if he was going to actually also pay for it? He was like, guys, I was going to get that, but now fuck you all.
Yeah, no, he said you guys are good for it, right? And then he just ordered it.
Wait, what did that have to do with the restaurant on the Stratosphere?
Nothing. I changed topic.
Oh.
You can't keep pace with Jay's story?
No, it was too exciting. I lost track.
I have too many stories.
He was playing Castlevania, then on a rotating restaurant where you could see the entire city within an hour's time, and then some guy got angry next to him.
And I was holding farts the whole time.
Yes, and holding farts the whole time. Never gambled, and may have a story with his roommate from Vegas that he will not tell us about, but it's unlikely because he was motorboating strippers.
There was something else I was going to ask you if you did. Now I forgot what it was. Shit.
Well, don't keep us in suspense. What level did you get to in Castlevania?
9.
I don't know if that's good or not. I don't remember. It's been like 2 decades since I played that game.
I think there's 12 levels. We got up to the boss at the end of 9. Or if
okay, yeah. What's going on? What's going on Facebook?
Stephen writes, "What does Mark think about the Troy Tulowitzki trade?" All right.
I am very happy that. Brian, what do you think of the Troy Tulowitzki trade? I'm very happy.
I don't want any part of him in the Mets.
Yeah, I'm very happy he's traded, so that we don't have to even hear about him going to the Mets anymore. And Reyes won for him, which was just like a good asterisk in Mets, whatever, a good footnote in Mets history. But Reyes is falling off. Let those 2 contracts screw each other's teams, and the Mets are playing really well right now. So playoff hunt.
Bingo.
Brian, what do you think of the Cespedes trade?
I liked it. The problem is they're not going to sign him, and they're going to be in the same spot next year because they're going to have no outfielders again.
Yeah, that's going to suck. I mean, the guy one of the pitchers they gave up in that trade is actually going to be a stud.
All right, so Greg writes. Now I'm invading your other podcasts. I just thought I'd listen to Brink too. Just introduce myself to the non-New York Knicks podcast listeners. I'm Greg, the Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks podcast. I average about 20 questions per episode. Anyway, thanks for reading. What are your top 5 comic book villains? This is like, I guess, negates the baseball question since I know you guys are so into comics.
Okay, I'm going to go with my
number comic book.
My number 1, based on movies, not comic book reading. My number 1 bad guy would be the Joker, but I'm going to go the Batman Michael Keaton movie. Whereas 1A and 1B would be the more recent Joker.
Okay.
Dark Knight. What about you guys?
Whatever you say.
Probably, comic book wise, probably Magneto. Surprise, surprise! I picked the X-Men. I guess you guys aren't.
I thought you were going to add an explanation, but great. I don't know. Why is Magneto really cool? Like.
Yeah, he's interesting. He's like, I don't know. He's got a lot going on. He actually ended up on the X-Men side for like 5 years, like teaching the kids, and then he snapped and tried to kill them all again. So it was interesting.
teaching the kids to sing, teaching everyone to hold hands, and bring peace to the world.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm crazy.
I'm going to instead of teaching you to read, I'm going to kill your family." I'm going to go with number 2, Lex Luthor, the classic.
I know nothing about him other than Superman 1 from the 80s.
Yeah.
I'll go with I don't know, Apocalypse.
Okay, just making people up. My third one, I will take. I just can't think of bad guys. I'm gonna go with Bane because he sounds like he's in a cave talking. I'm Bane. I am in a cave, and I'm gonna fight Batman.
I like the Riddler.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. My number 4 is going to be the Penguin because he's the least scary sounding bad guy ever.
Go with Sabretooth.
Bryce, are you going to even participate?
No.
You've seen movies. Just say anything.
The only comic book movie that I've seen is Batman Begins.
Okay, I'm going to do Bry's list. Number 1, the Tin Man. Number 2, the lion with... Okay, 2 is Jughead. 3 is... Odie. Yeah, and Garfield. 4 is the Yankees. Okay.
And 5 is the bad teacher who got busted by Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo! My number 5... Are we up to 5 or 4?
Yeah,
Can we stop this list, please?
We're up to 5.
Yeah, we can stop.
Okay, go to the next question.
Mark, did you take a picture of your son's comic book character poster? I'm curious and would like to see it.
Are there any questions that aren't about comic books?
Are we becoming a comic book podcast where only one of the people on the show actually cares about comics?
It's not like you guys don't know about it. You hate them.
I could post it to our Pinterest feed. Or what feed do we have? What's going
Instagram.
on? What's going on Instagram?
Put it on Instagram.
I will send it to Jay. Jay, if I send it to you, will you put it on our Instagram?
Sure.
Fantastic, because I've got an iPhone now. I could do lots of things.
The Brink of Sanity. We're The Brink of Sanity on Instagram.
What's going on what's the latest picture?
Jay's Vegas picture.
Yeah, it's probably Vegas.
Could you step it up? People want content, Jay.
I know.
We have 2 followers, and they're bored. Actually, I'm now a follower. So
Jay. So on a scale of on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoying are most people in Vegas?
Pretty annoying. We had after that day of drinking, we walked all the way up and down the strip, and people were pretty damn annoying.
It's just like the most annoying groups of people, times a million. There's just 1 million of them on the strip.
Well, yeah. The casino also has you'll be having fun in the casino, and then you'll look over and go, "Oh, are you putting your social security checks in the machines? That's sad. I can't have fun now." They're just old people who look like they're. Can you hear me?
No, when I'm playing, and then I hear the craps table, and I look over, and it's all douchebags and cargo shorts smoking cigars. I'm just get me out of here.
I feel
it's the old people that get to me, but yeah.
I feel like the people at the hotel were cool, but then once we went on the strip, then people were not. Except for the douchebags that ordered all those bottles of liquor. They were bragging about how they're Canadian CEOs and they have a lot of money and stuff.
Wait, they're Canadian CEOs and then they wouldn't pay for the bottles?
I mean, they didn't say it was a great company. The last thing on Instagram is a picture of the Ozzy Osbourne cover band that played outside my work building on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the company's kind of small. We make Canucks. You know. I don't know what I assume that's what all Canadians, all they do is make Canucks. But I don't know if they...
And cheaper medication.
I mean, if I could see if the guys were loaded, I could see one guy being like, "Hey, you guys, we're all down for this because we have lots of Canadian money."
Well, I mean, the one guy who was bitching to us, he said it's not like I can't afford it, but it's just the principle of how stupid it is because they don't let you take the bottles out of the cabana. So basically, they had to try and drink 5 bottles of liquor in 2 hours.
Did they share with you guys?
They offered the Alex, who was the bachelor, they offered him drinks. And then they tried to... There was these chubby girls who were cabana hopping all day, and so they invited them in thinking that like they liked them, but I knew because I saw them hop into like 3 other cabanas earlier in the day.
So basically they were not getting with the chubby girls.
No, they were not.
Yeah, it's like you're striking out twice because like on the one hand you're trying to get with the chubby girls.
It might not be the worst thing that happened to him. Not getting with the chubby girls.
Yeah.
You feel like you should be like a baller. You have all the you have the cabana, you have the bottles, and then they come into here and you're like, oh, maybe we could have done something else with our time. This sucks.
Yeah. Let's see. What famous things don't you guys fuck with? Like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Star Wars. I'm not a fan of any of those. Am I missing a lot?
Never seen any of it.
What you mean? Just like don't follow, or just
yeah, like something that's like really famous that you guys just don't do. Apparently, Bri doesn't do any of those.
I hate UFC.
Yeah, I guess.
Why do you hate UFC?
UFC is like the Dave Matthews of sports.
Why? I don't know.
You mean it takes heroin?
No, it's just like everybody thinks they like it because they think it makes them cool by liking it, and it's fucking annoying and useless.
Really? I mean, I understand the Dave saying that about Dave Matthews, but how do you say that about UFC? I don't really understand. I'm not following.
It serves no purpose.
You could say that about any sport.
Well, that's true.
I mean, like boxing is the same thing.
You could say that about Castlevania.
Yeah.
But it's not true. Come on, Bri.
Is Castlevania a cereal? I don't know. What is the Castlevania?
It's a game from Nintendo. Remember it came out 40 years ago?
Yeah, no, I didn't play that either, so I guess...
Okay, Metroid or something.
I guess a better question for me is what famous things do you like or follow?
You just pick, like, does someone else at work go, I like this, and you're like, I hate that too.
Not really.
I don't understand. UFC is even that popular? I know it's like popular, but like it's probably not as popular as even hockey.
What about me? I've been watching UFC since UFC 1. Does that make me a poser?
I've been watching it since number 1.
It's not even like it's just 2 dudes fighting. I've always enjoyed two dudes fighting since I was like 5 years old.
Yeah, I don't understand your hatred of that.
Yeah.
I think it's
Bri, what else do you hate, Bri? Is there anything... Yeah, what do you like, Bri? What that is semi-popular do you like, besides the Mets?
The Mets aren't popular.
That's true. But what do you like?
If they became popular, Bri would hate them.
Tell me something mainstream you like, Bri.
You
like floating balloons that tell you about the dead. What else?
Honestly, I don't even know what's mainstream anymore.
What popular things do you like?
Bri's I don't even know what to hate anymore.
Yeah.
I hate that rock.
Tell me something that there's a chance that someone else at work might like. That you like.
I don't know.
Oh. Do you like do you like what kind of music do you like?
Metal.
Name a band.
Tool.
What if Tool's kind of popular? How do you like them, Bri? Are you a poser?
I liked them since Undertow came out.
Move on with the questions.
That's their second. That's their second album. You fucking poser.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Who is your favorite? What, you got something?
That's all right.
I would say the same answer over the Game of Thrones. Something I should watch. I feel like everyone loves that show, but
I read the books and they're really good.
Oh yeah, we want to. I hate any of that stuff. I've just never watched it, and I just don't have any interest in catching up with it.
Aren't we trying to raise money? I know we raised money for the Nick show for the software. Aren't we trying to raise money so you can get a month of HBO so you can catch up on the show?
Yes, that's true.
Donate money. Jay needs, I think, $12 so he can get HBO for 1 month.
HBO Go.
HBO Go, so he can watch Game of Thrones the entire 5 seasons. He promises if you get him a month of HBO, he'll watch the entire series in 1 month. Will you do that, Jay?
Oh, he's got to watch Justified first. I'll mail him the DVDs.
I started watching Justified. Justified's pretty good. I'm in the middle of the first season. It's good. Yeah.
Awesome. I like that, but that's not popular.
It seems like people know it. I mean, yeah, it's not like super popular.
I know 3 people that have watched it.
Was that your part of your census?
No, like I keep trying to tell people to watch it, so I have someone to talk about it with, and people are like, "What's Justified?"
Okay, Jim, like, I'll talk about it with you. Do you want to talk about episode 5 of season 1?
Sure.
That's what I'm up to. I just watched the one with the guy that was he used to work for the mafia and he became a dentist.
Oh yeah, that was Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
I just signed up for a month free Amazon Prime and I added Justified to my list.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Is does it get better?
It does. It does.
When it's really good, but is there like a storyline, like a overart, like a? I feel like every episode.
Yeah, it starts to pick up towards the end of the first season.
Okay.
I didn't know
they introduced Boyd's father.
Okay, that's what I'm asking for. If it really picks up, because I like it, but I don't know if it's something I'm gonna get hooked on. I was wondering if it really picks up.
There's one season that's really like useless, but the rest of it, everything is really good. The second and third seasons are really good.
Okay, that's okay. I'll try to maybe pick up watching that a little more.
I didn't know the awesome guy from Go was like the main guy in that.
And he's not even he's like the lead, but he's not even the best character. The best character on the show is Boyd, who is Walton Goggins. He was on The Shield, I think.
Cool. I have to say, like, all the characters are pretty good. I like the main guy. He's pretty good.
They're all good.
Too. Yeah.
I just added Justified, Archer, and Sons of Anarchy.
I gotta start watching Archer.
I have to say that the other show, the Transparent, was pretty good too. The one with the dad from Arrested Development, where he becomes like
what's that on Netflix?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, Amazon Prime.
It's one of these shows where it's actually I watch it with my wife. It's a good show to watch with like a significant other. It's one of those shows where you watch it and you're like, what the fuck is going on? These characters are so weird. The show is so weird. And then the show ends like at episode 10. And you're like, oh, it's over already. Damn it.
Yeah.
You get kind of hooked. Jay, next question. You don't move along with the questions, Jay. That's why I do the questions on the next show.
We do even more tangents when you do the questions. Who is your favorite Batman villain?
Jack Nicholson, Joker.
The Riddler. From the 60s TV show.
I'm going to say Schwarzenegger because when he became Batman, they canceled the series.
You wake up as Superman, what is the first thing you will do?
Let's see. Do you use
Gotta go with the X-ray vision.
Ooh, yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Do you try to, let's say you have Superman's powers going, let's say you don't get them for a day, but you have them going forward. Do you try to like make money with it, or you don't need money anymore?
I think you make a little bit of money with it, and then you spend the rest of your life with X-ray vision.
Yeah.
But I feel like you may not need X-ray vision anymore if you're Superman.
Yeah, but if you have X-ray vision, are you just seeing skeletons, or are you just seeing through the clothes?
They never really explain that.
Right. You know what? I feel like you can. The comics kind of make up the powers as they go, so we'll just say that you can just see through clothes.
Okay. I have to say that's the one power you would choose. You would always choose that one power of all his powers.
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take before you get tired of that power?
I don't think I would ever.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, Brian and I spent like entire days in the quad in college just looking at girls pass without X-ray vision.
Yeah.
I have to think Superman probably pulls some nice ass. Do you think it'd be really bad if you had Superman you couldn't get laid? You're like, listen, I just saved the entire city. Well, I don't know. This dude's got he's got some weed. I'm gonna go with him instead.
Well, you're not gonna call me. You're Superman. Are you gonna call me?
Listen, I will. I can. We can fly. You can get on my back. I'll fly you around the world. Actually, do that, please.
Maybe he's too nice and he keeps getting friend zoned.
Could be.
Who would you rather have as a girlfriend, Taylor Swift or Ronda Rousey?
Let's see. I'm gonna go with the one that can kick my ass and who has $1 billion.
Is Ronda Rousey that fighter bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody but her.
I'm gonna go with Ronda Rousey because
just out of spite, just because she was in that
insane?
fucking Entourage movie. That's why. That's why I wouldn't pick her over anybody.
You'd really. She's not even like that attractive.
I think she's attractive, and Taylor Swift has had about 700 boyfriends, so she's probably got something already.
Right, Ronda Rousey's probably saving herself for you, Jay.
Yeah.
New Mission Impossible movie, yay or meh?
No, here's the thing.
There's
You're gonna do
another one?
something wrong, and Ronda Rousey's gonna basically put you in a submission hold and just beat you until you cry. Until you basically cry. Do you like Taylor Swift? At least like you're bigger than her,
True.
and she's got $1 billion.
She is pretty
Money
rich.
talks.
I mean, they're both rich.
No. Taylor Swift can make Ronda Rousey her slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you were dating Taylor Swift, that would last like a week. All she does is date you so she can write a song about your breakup.
So
That's
all
fine.
I need is a week because I'll get sick of her after a week.
I'll date her for a week. I'll call Us Weekly, and they'll pay me $1 million just for my story.
New Mission Impossible movie, yay or meh?
I didn't even know they were still making those.
I think they're kind of enjoyable. I mean, I watched the Ghost Protocol. It wasn't bad, or not Ghost. Whatever the most recent one was, it wasn't bad. They're all kind of fun movies.
I've only seen the first one, but I'm not opposed to them. I just haven't gotten around
The first one's the best one. I think the second one or the third one's horrendous. But then since then they've been kind of all like, they're like, they're like, if you were watching them, you wouldn't be upset that you're watching them. They're kind of enjoyable.
Is Pepe Le Pew Mark's favorite Looney Tunes character?
Because he's into rape? Yeah, that's exactly why.
Listen to an episode where you did your top 10 Muppets. Curious to hear each of your top 10 Looney Tunes characters.
Oh, I like this list a lot better.
Bri, do you hate the Looney Tunes?
No, I'm trying to think who's in Looney Tunes. Like, are there even 10 characters?
Oh, yeah.
We'll start at number 1 and see if we can get to number 10. We can get there.
All right, Daffy Duck.
I was gonna go Daffy first, also.
Yeah, probably.
Bugs Bunny.
Fine, you're just gonna take my list, Jay.
Well, the
I'll
first...
put Bugs a little lower, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who's your number 2?
I don't know. I need to figure out who the characters are.
Okay, Jay, who's your number 3?
Yosemite Sam.
Are you just like taking everything I'm thinking?
Really? You had...
I was gonna say Yosemite Sam. I swear I'm not like just like. Okay, Brad, do you remember any of the characters?
I'm looking at them now. All right.
Okay,
who the fuck?
Jay, who's your number 4?
Number 4 would be Marvin the Martian.
Okay, Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. What has he ever done?
Yeah.
Nothing for you, Brad. He's done nothing. Who's number 5, Jay? Brad, if you want to get in on this.
I'm looking.
Are you reading their bios on Wikipedia?
I like Foghorn Leghorn. I'll put him 2.
Oh God. He's not bad, but like, are you like trying to find the most random character?
There's a list.
I
here
want the
I'm
less
looking at.
popular list, like guys.
Yeah, I'm going to go
Elmer
with...
Fudd.
Fudd's good.
Okay, so wait, who'd you say, Jay?
I'm gonna go with Foghorn at 6.
Okay, my 6 is going to be. I don't want to copy and say Foghorn. I'll take the guy who tries to Wile E. Coyote.
Wow, that was gonna be my 7.
Well, my 7's Foghorn. No, my 7 is the guy that squeezes that big giant that squeezes everyone and goes, "I'm gonna love you," and like he pretends everyone their doll.
Oh, that's my 8. Gossamer.
Is that Gossamer? Okay.
That's that big orange monster with...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the Martian at number.
He doesn't really talk, though. I don't think he talks. Whatever.
Okay.
Bri, do you have any?
I don't see any of those people on my list here, so no.
Bri, what are you doing? What are you looking at?
I don't know. I just Googled.
You
Looney
can't
Tunes
find. You can't find. You can't find them using Google.
Well, I found it, but I don't find that fucking guy you're talking about.
Gossamer?
Yeah, I don't see him here anywhere.
Just type in Gossamer. It comes right up. He's awesome.
The Mets aren't doing as well right now.
I guess
it's the wheels are coming off.
Yeah, it's the you have it's 5-2 and I have just got a base hit.
I guess my last two
what's
would
going on
be-
in the future?
That's where it is. Yeah.
Elmer Fudd and Porky Pig.
Porky.
Or if I said Fudd already, then I'll throw in Coyote.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Well, and Tune in next week for when Bri comes up with his number 2 in this list.
I still care by then.
Let's see. That was the Greg portion of the questions. Now we'll get to the Steven portion of the questions.
It's 2 people equal 40 questions.
Well, we really have 5 different people, and they each wrote like 10 questions.
We have 55 questions. You're moving real slow, Jay.
Steven writes, says, Jay beaten Witcher 2 yet? I got bored with it, and I moved on
I
to
never want to
Assassin's
hear a
Creed.
question about Witcher 2.
Are these questions that he can't just text you and ask you? Why do they have to be on the show?
You think I'm giving these people my cell phone number?
Just
The
write
next
back
question-
when you get it. Be like, fuck you, this isn't going on the show. No, I didn't beat the damn thing.
Steve writes, do you want to meet at the bar at 6?
Are you guys excited for Kurt Sutter's new show? It's called The Bastard Executioner.
Who?
I don't know who's
Yeah.
that.
I don't know Kurt Sutter either, and I don't know that show.
I'm not excited at all.
Have either of you seen the movie Ginger Snaps?
No.
Is he just making shit up?
I've never heard of that either. Okay.
Okay, Kurt Sutter's from he's from Sons of Anarchy.
Is he?
Yes. And he has a show called The Executioner, and I don't know why my Google's not Okay.
Well,
Here we go, The Bastard Executioner. And I'm excited now that I first heard about it. Set in the early 14th century, I'm going to go to sleep now. A night in King Edward. I don't want to watch anything set in the 14th century. Who gives a shit?
So I just Googled Ginger Snaps. It's about 2 12-year-old witches.
Oh, God.
What does Mark think about?
It's set in the early 14th century. A knight in the King Edward's army is broken by the horrors of war and vows to lay down his weapon. But when violence finds him again, he is forced to pick up the bloodiest sword of all, an executioner's sword.
What does Mark think about the beef between Drake and Meek Mill?
Who's that?
Yeah, who?
I know who Drake is, but who's Meek Mill?
I don't know Meek Mill either.
I think the beef between Drake and Jay here is getting heated, mostly by Jay, and Drake does not know about it.
Exactly. Would it be cool if we donated money? Yes. Towards
Absolutely.
I really think we should make Jay. Would you agree if they give you the money for HBO for 1 month? Will you watch the entire Game of Thrones in 1 month?
Fuck.
if it's this month, because I'm going back to school in September.
How many episodes are there?
There's like 5 seasons. That's like 50 hours. I can't do that during school.
Jay, just sacrifice sleep.
Or either that or I'll have to do it in January. Would it be cool if we donated money towards putting large, flashy Brink of Sanity decals on Mark's vehicles?
I'm probably
I
not
thought
going to
we
do
were
that.
saving up for that Super Bowl ad.
Yeah, I think we got to get the Super Bowl ad first.
Okay, if you guys can give us, I think it'll be about $4 million for a 30-second ad, and then we have to need money to produce the ad. So just figure it out and donate the money.
Who has a better gallery of rogues, Batman or Spider-Man?
That's the better what?
Bunch of bad guys.
Gallery of rogues?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Batman, but it's close. They both have the 2 best. Okay. Ollie writes, Meek Mill versus Drake, who won?
Nobody.
I won because I
know
ignored it.
America lost. I know that.
I try to ignore anything having to do with Drake. I'm still not convinced it's not an elaborate prank. I can't believe Drake actually has fans. William writes, does Mark like big booty hood black girls, or does he stick to his own race? Mark's married.
Yes, I believe that would
The answer. And my wife does not have a big booty black hole, but booty.
Did your
Whatever.
headphones just...
Did you just pick up a tin can?
Can you not? What? It's not sounding good?
Well, it sounds like you're doing a show in the bathroom.
Wonderful. I might be doing a show in the bathroom. No, so my headphone broke during the move. I'm getting a new headphone that's coming on Tuesday. So I will have a better headphone for next week. Does it sound still terrible?
Well, you didn't do anything to change it, so yes.
that sound.
And now you're quiet. What the fuck?
That sounds okay?
Uh-oh.
It's quiet.
Fuck.
Why are you quiet? Why couldn't you
How's
just
it
leave
sound?
everything? That sounds like a bathroom.
Am I quiet again?
Yeah, now you're quiet.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. You're quiet, but I could hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it's still quiet.
What if I scream? Can you hear me now?
That's a little better.
These new headphones better be better. I think I have to buy a pair of headphones every week.
So now we also need an extra $40 a week for Marc's headphones.
I'm not paying $40 for headphones.
Now it sounds better.
Okay. I paid $10 for headphones off of Amazon.
I guess that's why you need to talk into them to like warm them up to get to the proper level because they're so cheap.
Yeah, no, I go with cheap. Do you try to get a $40 pair of headphones? Am I going to sound amazing?
I just got a $160 pair of headphones.
What the hell are you spending your money on? A $160 pair of headphones?
It was worth every cent that my girlfriend spent.
What? Oh, for your birthday?
Yeah. But they're amazing. Like
do they give you a hand job? Why are they amazing?
The sound quality, like I'm re-listening to music and I just I hear instruments I didn't even hear before. It's amazing.
Did you know Rolling Stones used a guitar? What were you listening to it on previously?
Not $160 headphones.
I can't imagine they sound all that amazing.
They're amazing.
I think people exaggerate. Come on.
Not exaggerating.
If Bri, Jay was, are you into the expensive headphones?
No.
Bry's not into anything.
Bri, is there anything that other people do that you like? Okay. Bri, do you like Facebook? I bet you like Facebook.
Yeah, I don't mind Facebook. It's whatever.
So Facebook recently they give their earnings report and they said comments on what's going on with the company, and they said in the last month 1.3 billion people logged into Facebook. They have, it's not just not like people have just signed up for it. There's 1.3 billion active users.
Isn't that kind of
That's ridiculous. Isn't there only 6 billion people on the planet or 5 billion?
Yeah. And you have to think 1 billion of those people are kids or really old people that have never heard of the internet.
Right.
So they have most of the and probably the rest of them just can't afford a computer. So most of the world that can afford to get on Facebook uses Facebook.
That's insane.
That's insane. Jay, they should be Bri, they should be like your Antichrist. The most popular thing ever.
William writes, if Jay was to go to jail and they told him, hey, in order for your prison time to be easy here, you have to stab an inmate or suck wee-wee, what would you do?
Do you think in prison they call it wee-wee? We're tough here. Either you take this shiv and you stab that guy and make him bleed to death, or you lick his wee-wee.
I think if you say the word wee-wee, you get stabbed in jail.
Yeah.
Do you think you would have the courage to survive in prison? You never
Jay,
know.
Are you sucking wee-wee or are you using a shiv?
I'm going to try and use a shiv. But somebody would have to make it for me because I don't know how to make a shiv. Because I heard if you get into a fight your first day in jail, you're less likely to get screwed with for the rest of your time there.
Where did you hear that though? On Perfect Strangers?
Space.
No, one of those crime shows.
Come on, we hear this stuff on TV. Who the hell knows what the prison's like? I'm pretty sure.
Does that mean if you blow a guy in your first day in prison, you're more likely to have to blow everyone in prison? Is the converse of that work too?
I guess it depends on the quality of the blow.
What if you got there and you were like, I can't do the shiv thing, and you just blow a guy, and they're like, dude, we don't do that here, but I guess if you're up for it.
William writes, whatever happened to the Bri ghost story? Is he still alive?
Yeah, Bri, what's going on there?
I kind of got mad at her, so I haven't talked to her lately.
Hang on, the best thing you were ever going to do for the show was to get her on.
I know. Well, here's the problem. She started annoying me, and I told her she was annoying me, so she got mad at me for telling her that. So I haven't really talked to her.
How was she annoying? She's like your dead relatives.
She was texting me all the time, hey, you want to hang out? And I'm like, no. And she's like, you want to hang out? I'm like, no. I was like, I'll text you when I want to hang out, and I haven't talked to her since.
If she can read minds, does she know when you want to hang out?
Yeah, you would think so, but I don't know.
Is she cute?
She's all right, yeah.
Would you do her if she said your dead relatives are going to watch?
If they're going to watch, probably not. No.
Okay.
So that's a work in progress. I'm sure she'll come.
Can you get her on the show? Can you please just get her on the show? Just reach out to her.
Well, I couldn't. I tried, actually, and she wasn't all that into it because she thought we were going to make fun of her, which I told her we weren't going to. But
It's called The Brink of Sanity. We'll never make it. I mean, like, we don't make fun of things in that show.
Well, she's embarrassed by the whole thing because, like, I don't know. She doesn't tell a lot of people that she could do it. So I'm like, well, nobody you know is going to listen to the show. Nobody I know listens to the show, and I'm on it.
You actually could eliminate the I know part of it and just say no one listens to the show, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, if the next time I talk to her, I'll bring it up again, but I haven't talked to her in a couple of weeks.
Please, just why don't you say, come on the show and I'll hang out with you again. Just offer your services, offer the service her if she comes on the show.
Right,
see how she takes that. Listen, if you come on the show, I'll touch you.
Brian, we figured out who your girlfriend is. Can we get her on the show now?
Yeah, we did figure that out on Facebook.
Yeah, we solved the caper. So now we don't have...
It took you guys long enough. Yeah. It wasn't that fucking hard.
Yeah, I know. I felt stupid. It was like, it took us months of grilling you, and we could have just went on Facebook for 2 months.
Right. Is it okay if we have her on the show next week instead of you?
Well, she's more boring than I am, so...
Does she have ghost balloons follow her around too?
Not that I know of. Not that she's mentioned.
Did anything else happen in the story though? The balloon followed the balloon, and like anything else creepy happen?
Nothing's happened lately. No.
Okay. Next question, Jay.
But most of that was spent at my dad's house, and I haven't been staying. I mean, I go over there, but I haven't been staying there. So.
Could you just stop by for a story for the show?
Well, I go over there every day, but I mean, nothing's happened while I've been over there. So.
Well, you got to go. Like, you got to sleep over.
Yeah.
Because the weird shit happens between, like, 2 and 5.
Could you sleep over but leave your hand on a Ouija board?
I could try.
Okay, cool.
No, the next time I talk to the medium chick, I will try again to get her on the show. I know, the last time I was talking to her, said she was taking classes on how to, like, control it or manage it or something.
Oh, you can take classes on how to control it? I'm going to find this.
I guess, yeah. I don't know.
Classes.
My birthday is this week. If she texts me on my birthday, then I will apologize to her for being a sociopath.
How about you text her and say, "Come on the show, and I'll be your best friend"?
Because I don't want her to be my best friend.
Say,
what do you think? How to control psychic powers?
I guess, yeah.
Say, come on the show, and I'll be your 11th best friend.
Develop psychic abilities. Free tools. Paranormal.
Yeah, I don't know.
How can you develop the psychic tools? I mean, I guess of course you can develop them.
Why am I working a normal job when I could be teaching this to people?
Yeah, how to control your powers. You could be the teacher for the X-Men.
Your problem is you have too much ectoplasm. You need to rein that in.
Jay's like starts the class off by going like, "Hey, have you thought about getting real jobs?"
Have you thought about not lying about your stupid fake powers?
You've thought about getting attention for real things?
Has Mark or Jay ever received death threats? If no, why not?
Why not?
I have.
Really, Bri? Go on. Yeah. Tell the story. What is the story, Bri?
Well, actually, I think I've got... Several years ago, it's about 3 or 4 years ago, I came home one day from work, and there was a message on my answering machine. Now, I have just a generic, 10 people know my phone number, but...
Is Jay one of those people?
No, not my home phone, my landline. I only have it because it came with my cable and internet, and it made everything cheaper, but...
if you tell our listening audience, then 11 people will know.
There was a message on my answering machine that said, "Hey, how do you like fucking my wife? You better be careful or you're next." So it's kind
interesting.
Yeah.
Did you call him back?
No, there was no number, and it was a private number. But I was sleeping with a married woman at the time, so I don't know if it was.
Did you ever ask her?
No, I didn't. Well, no, it was. Well, I wasn't actually. It was over at the time, but 99% of the calls I get on that number are for this guy named Pedro Mendoza, and they're all like collections and tax delinquent stuff. So it could have been for him. I don't know.
So
they didn't specifically say my name.
So Pedro Mendoza, he doesn't pay his bills and he does other people's wives.
I guess, yeah.
Could we, if you can't get the psychic, can you get Pedro Mendoza on the show?
I've been trying to find him for years because I get so many fucking calls. But and then another death threat I got was when I was living with Jay, our crazy roommate. Remember, that dude came with that dog.
Yes,
that dude threatened me.
Who was the married chick you were sleeping with?
I don't remember her name.
Was there a story there?
She was married. We fooled around, and then she was crazy, and then I stopped talking to her.
Oh, is there her story?
It doesn't get much more complicated than that.
Okay, Jay. Next question.
Our old roommate also threatened to kill Bry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. He threatened to kill me, and he had that creepy guy with a creepy dog threatened me too.
Did we tell the whole story about why he threatened to kill you?
I don't think we did. We were gonna talk about it, and we never got around to it. I don't think.
Did I tell you?
Why don't you act like I don't know and tell me?
Did I tell you I found your original letter?
Yeah, that's what brought it up. We were talking about. You told me that we were talking about it.
So
tell the story.
Bry, set it up. I'll see if I can find the letter real quick.
So we were in college, and I was dating this girl, and our roommate had sort of a little infatuation with her, probably because she was the only girl that was in our lives at the time, and the only girl he ever talked to. And he was also crazy, and he used to pretend to sleep in the other room and like listen in on people's conversations. So one day, I went to my room. We had connecting rooms, and I was in the back. So I had to walk through his room, and I saw him laying there, and I knew he wasn't sleeping. And so Jay comes in, and I was like, oh, this is so fucking embarrassing. I can't believe this. But my girlfriend just said she has a crush on one of you guys, one of my roommates, but it's not you. And it was only two. I lived with Jay, this crazy kid, and then this slob. So I was like, oh, yeah, she said she has a crush on one of you guys, but it's not you. So it's probably the crazy one. And Jay was just like, what? And I was like writing on a piece of paper, I know he's sleeping, just go along with it, blah, blah. So then my girlfriend came over, and I told her what was going on. So she was going along with it. And she would like flirt with him a little bit and kind of just give him a little extra attention. So he really thought this was happening. So I was going home for the weekend. So I wrote him a letter, and I said, hey.
Wait. Before we do that, the second the conversation's done, I go back to my room, and he happens to just wake up, and he runs into my room, and he's like all emotional, and he's like, I just heard you guys talking, and I always loved her.
Did he say it that creepily?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Did you find the letter?
I'm still looking.
Oh. So I was going home for the weekend, so I wrote a letter.
Loved her.
That I dropped it in the mail so that like he would know that this was all like planned out and everything. And it basically just said like, hey, I know that you pretend to sleep and listen to people's conversation, and nobody fucking likes you, and why would any girl in their right mind like you, and you're crazy and I hate you.
Wow.
And I guess he got it while I was gone. And I just remember Jay emailing me like he got the letter.
He locked himself in the room for like 36 hours. I didn't even see him go to the bathroom. Like he just slammed the door and did not come in. Oh no. He ran out of the apartment.
So he wasn't like that guy Bry's a dick. He was just like, oh my God, my life is ruined.
He had a complete meltdown. He ran out of the apartment when he got the letter, came back like 12 hours later, like stumbly drunk, and then didn't come out of his room for a good 24 hours.
And then when I came home, he tried to choke me.
Bry just comes in, he goes, hey, Anthony, did you miss me? Did you miss me?
And he came after me, and he tried to choke me.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I can't find the letter.
It'll turn up.
Yeah. I found it, and then I think I put it somewhere saying, like, I'll put it over here so I don't lose it.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
I'll put it over here so I can't have it when we need it most.
Yeah, I'll find it.
So, any of you guys ever had death threats, or?
No, I don't think, not really.
No.
I think we first did a live show like in the 30s, and some guy came into the room and said he was going to chop us up with a chainsaw.
I don't think I was on the show.
And then I think we got threatened once or twice when we did our college radio show.
Yeah.
So basically...
once or twice a show.
Yeah, Bra, you've been threatened like many.
Yeah.
Bra, you bring out the best in people.
I do. I like to push buttons.
You know what I'm excited for, just on a totally different note? The first Republican debate is Thursday, and they're letting Donald Trump debate.
Of course they are. He's leading the polls.
He leads the polls, which is hilarious. And he's going to be hilarious. He's going to be so funny.
I would vote for him just because of what he said about John McCain.
Yeah.
I like how he's baldly just insult everyone. It doesn't matter what he whatever. Mexicans are rapists. You're not a war hero. Whatever.
I do find it funny that he's just going off on everybody.
I would vote for him for at least the nomination, just because it would be the whole presidential election would be hilarious. And you also would have to assume no one's insane enough to actually elect him president.
Oh no, I think some of these hardcore conservatives will vote for whoever's the Republican candidate, no matter what.
Actually,
Well, that's the test then. I mean, if he's the nominee, there's your test right there.
True.
I was around someone who was talking about Trump, and I was like, going to make a joke about it. And he's like, "Yeah, I think he'd be a great president. He's a businessman. He really knows how to run stuff. We need a businessman running this country." And I was like,
I love when they say, "Oh, a businessman, he's going to run the country." Like it's two totally different things. When you run a business, all you want to do is make money.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you run like a government, you're not trying to make money. You're just trying to not fucking lose all our money.
You're like, the U.S. is not a factory. Yeah, no.
Also, he filed for bankruptcy.
Oh, he's out.
times.
He's out. Oh, go ahead. What?
I'm a minute behind you. What happened?
Oh, there's a double play. They call them safe. But
name a time when you guys were really, really scared, like panicking, thinking, "Oh crap, this is it."
Every night when I go to bed.
Jay, when the machine falls off his face during the night.
Or Bri when the machine falls off his face.
This is it. I don't know. I mean, I've come close to getting into some car accidents, but I didn't have time to actually think.
Let's see. I would say one, that time where I got scammed out of money and Bri was there. Because this guy said like his car got towed and he needed some money to like get his car back.
Oh yeah.
And Bri's like, "This is a fucking scam. Let's go." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think this guy's legit." I just like gave him money, and then he's like, "All right, somehow he talked me into getting into his car, and I just thought I was a dead
remember
man.
that. Yeah.
And then he drove me like around the block once or twice and dropped me back off. But I thought I was dead that day.
I'll tell you a story. I thought was this didn't happen to me, but I was studying abroad. I forget if I told the story on the show. Stop me if I have. So this guy, we had all been out the night before, and like he just disappeared. We didn't see him later on, and we asked him what happened, and he said like, yeah, he just kind of he wandered off, lost everyone, and was really late. Didn't know how to get home from the casino where we're at, and so I just started like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna hitchhike, and so he throws up his thumb. A car pulls up and like, hey, where are you going? He's like, going to where the school is, and the guy's like, oh, we're not. Okay, just get in. And they're driving along, and the guy's like, oh, I'm here. He's asking about him. Oh, I'm studying abroad. My friends kind of got lost. And he's like, oh, what are you doing? Cruising around for young cock. Mm. And he said, and he was just like froze. And he just started thinking about like, can I like open the door and like just roll out of the car? And basically got into it. The guy was like serious, like, come on, I'm like my friends, like he had to like talk the guy out of it. And eventually the guy pulled over and let him out.
Wow.
He said basically he was basically going to like duck and roll out of the car if the conversation hadn't gotten better.
I just remembered another time I got threatened and it actually made me scared I was going to die. I was in Montreal and I was walking through the shitty part of town in one of my red shiny shirts. This was like 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hammered. I was just beyond fucking.
Hey, Bri, is he out or safe on the call?
He was out. They called him out.
Okay, I'm waiting because I'm watching. Okay, go on.
So I'm walking in my shiny shirt, trashed, and this car pulls up next to me, and the guy's like, "Hey, nice shirt," and I go, "What?" He goes, "Nice shirt," I go, thanks, your mom made it for me. And I kept walking, and he backs up, and he goes, what'd you say? And I said, your fucking mom made my fucking shirt. And I just kept walking. And he goes, get over here. And I just kept walking. And I could hear the guy, like 3 people yelling at me from the car. And one of my friends is like, come on, let's go faster. Let's get the fuck out of here. And we like ran down the street and like turned. And I don't know where those guys went, but I just remember like in like a minute span being like, oh shit, I might be dead.
I like how you just went right for the I'm going to make the most obnoxious comment possible to this guy.
I remember I was at a lounge on a first date, and there was this guy there, and we were both commenting how he just looked so annoying and douchey. And then we started talking about how it'd be really funny if I just threw an ice cube at him. And then I did. I just threw an ice cube and hit him right in the face. And he's like yelling at me, but he doesn't get any closer. So I'm like, I turned to the girl. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep talking to you until this blows over. And he like yelled for like a minute or two, but never like came over to me. And then he just like gave up because I was ignoring him. But he was pretty big, so I'm glad he decided not to walk over to me. So I guess most of the times when me and Brian get threatened, we deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go on, but we have a lot of questions. So, let's see. Here, Rosero. We're into the Rosero portion of the questions now. Here is a baseball question. Why is baseball so boring?
It's awesome. Next question.
Since Mark had kids, has his sex life decreased drastically?
Is this Rosero? Why is he always concerned about my sex life? He asked every week. He's moving. Is the sex life good because he's moving? He has kids. Is the sex life good because he has kids?
He's very concerned about your sex life.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for looking out for Mark's sex life.
Rosero, next time we're having sex, I'll text you. Guess what I'm doing, Rosero? Guess what? I'm on top of her now.
Did Mark sign a prenup before he got married? If he was to get a divorce, would he get half of his stuff taken away? Does that mean his wife would get half of the podcast? Or in other words, $12 and a microphone with tape? I love you guys. I'm bipolar, and you guys are my friends. You and the Joker, he talks to me.
I don't want to ever get divorced, but that'd be a funny plot line for the show.
That would be.
Like you're like, okay, this is Mark's wife's turn in the show.
She has to do half of a show every week.
Okay, honey, you have to talk to Nick this week. You know this is part of the divorce.
Jay's really drunk this week, so have fun.
You wanted out. This is what you get.
I got the kids this week. You have to talk to Nick. Just make it happen.
Maybe
I got the kids. You got Jay.
Maybe next time you'll think twice before you destroy our family.
Yeah.
Let's see. What should I invest my money on?
How much money are we talking about?
What'd you say, Brock?
I said French toast, but I meant waffles. It was a joke from, Simpsons or Family Guy? The guy's about to give a thing, and he gets hit in the head, and he goes, waffles, delicious waffles. And then everybody's waffles.
That was Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Oh, is that from a season people watched, or like a more recent one?
That was from a funny season.
That's one of the original seasons.
Yeah.
Are you talking when you say invest money? Are you saying like you have like a couple $1,000s to invest, or you're saying you have the rent money to invest? I don't know.
The person you're asking isn't going to answer you right now, so.
Jay, what should he invest in? You work at a big company. Should he invest in your company, Jay?
Yeah, they're doing good.
Okay, there you go. Jay's not going to tell you the company, though.
Just look for a company doing good and invest in it.
It's called Doing Good Co. You should invest in the Brink of Sanity because it's going to blow up any year now.
There you go.
I would say I've started using the iPhone, and it's pretty cool. So whatever company makes the iPhone.
There you go. We should have just been financial tippers.
If we had put all the money that was going to go into the podcast into Apple stock in 2007, we'd have a lot more money now.
We sure would. A lot of money went into this podcast.
Yeah.
At least it was totally not worth it. I've been putting my coins in a jar for the last 2 years, mostly from everyday purchases. I went to Coinstar to exchange them, and I got $432. I'm so hyped. I can't believe I'm putting pennies in a jar every day.
Wow.
That's not a
That is-
question.
No, that's not really a question, but
It's topics or questions. We take topics. How much does Coinstar charge you?
It's like 8 cents per. Up here, it's 8 cents a dollar.
So 8%.
Yeah.
That's not so good. But I guess you don't have to count them yourself.
Yeah. But if you do it at like at my dad's bank, they have one. If you have an account, they don't charge anything.
Doesn't the coin seem like the most annoying thing ever? Like everyone just like you have the coin. People give you like that's going to be $1.
The problem with Coinstar is there's no verification. Like unless you're going to count your change before you go, like you have no idea if that thing is legit.
Don't you also feel like when you buy someone and buy something, it's going to be $1, but it's like $1.07. You're like, it might as well be $2. I'm never going to. The 93 cents is going to go like in my drawer and I'll never see it again.
Yeah, you go in your wallet and you're like, oh, I have $40. You don't be like, oh, I have $40 and I have 93 cents here.
Yeah, and you can't like go somewhere and go like, oh, how will you be paying for your car, sir? I have a lot of quarters.
I thought my Coinstar was really off, and then I realized it was counting pennies and dimes both as 10 cents. Yeah, it got nickels and quarters correctly, but pennies and dimes were both 10 cents.
So I'll sometimes take like a chunk of change and go somewhere and spend it. I'll be like, I'll go get like a coffee at Starbucks, and I'll hand the guy like $4 and quarters, or dimes and quarters. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, make him count it. I'm like the guy that holds up the line doing that. I don't know how. I'm never going to spend the money otherwise.
Yeah. What is the most money you ever found? I found $200 in 2 folded up $100 bills once during my way to class, and then again I lost $100 when I was in high school. Fell out of my pocket while taking my keys out.
I think I found like a $20 bill.
I found $40 once.
I found, I think 20 is the most I found. I've gotten.
How much money do you have to find that you would actually tell someone else that you're finding? Like you'd like try to turn the money in and find the rightful owner.
I don't think there's an amount.
Yeah. What?
No, like if
I don't
you
understand
found
the question.
If you were walking in the street in New York City and you found a bag full of $1 million, would you just try to keep the $1 million or a suitcase? Let's say a suitcase, because bag full of money sounds like I'm in like a cartoon. But let's say you found a suitcase full of $1 million in cash. Would you try to keep the money or try to turn it in?
I would go to the airport and try to check it, see if it all goes through.
You see, I would feel like whoever lost that $1 million in cash. First of all, if you have $1 million in cash, you're probably doing something, I don't know, not above boards there. You're probably breaking some laws.
Well, the one thing, though, if you find a briefcase with $1 million, chances are you walked into like the middle of a hit that you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, you're probably in a bad situation.
Yeah, somebody probably saw you take that, and
you probably want to turn that over to someone that has a gun that will protect you.
The nearest Cadillac you see, give them that suitcase.
The thing is, what?
Yeah.
What are the people with that bag of cash going to do? Telling you they were obviously doing something illegal.
Yeah, when they're beating the crap out of you and making you like cutting off your fingers, going, "Where's the money?" You go, "Oh, I spent that."
Well, no, I would hold on to it and see if anybody came for it, and if nobody did, then I'd spend it.
I feel like a certain amount of money, I would just turn it in because I'd be scared of what's going to happen to me if I didn't.
I mean, would they ever find out?
Would you actually also feel bad? Let's say, forget the $1 million. Let's say it's maybe the guy with the gun that sees you take it away because you're not the one with the kidnapped family that's trying to donate the money. I don't know. Let's just say it's $1,000, and like you could basically, would you ever feel bad that someone lost $1,000?
Yeah, I would.
Let's say you find a wallet. There's a wallet, $1,000 in the wallet. And the person's like address is not. You could find the person.
Oh no, if I could find the person, I would turn it in. But if you're just talking about a random sack of cash, I'm keeping it.
Okay.
Because what are you gonna do? Like whoever you turn it into is probably gonna just keep it anyway.
You gotta turn around and be like, "Hey, did anyone lose $1 million?"
Yeah.
Ducks.
Yeah, no. I mean, if there's an address on it, yeah, I would turn it in. If it's a random sack of cash, I'm keeping it.
What if it's a $20 bill and just has a phone number on it?
No.
Okay.
Although I used to, back in college, I found out people lose track of things real easily if you just talk to them. So anytime I went to buy something somewhere, I would ask them a random question while they were counting my change. It'd be like, I'd buy a CD and then I'd be like, what's the nearest way to the subway while they're counting money? And they would get my change wrong almost every time. And I would, I probably made like $70 that way.
Who's that guy? He's the guy that when he pays for stuff, he asks me about his pubic hair.
He's the Riddler.
That's a good way to make money there.
Yeah, why not?
Does he ever But do they ever screw you on the money? Like they give you less change?
No,
and you have to be like,
never.
Listen, I only
Yeah,
asked
I
you
got
about
screwed at the post office. I paid with a 20 for like $6, and it gave me $3 back. After I waited like 25 minutes in line, I threw a fucking fit. I thought I was going to get arrested.
Why, they didn't believe you?
I was like, the guy hands me the change, and I said, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, I go, I gave you a 20. He goes, no, you didn't. You gave me a 10. I said, listen, asshole, I just got out of the ATM. I took $60 out. That's 3 20s. I go, I didn't give you a 10. He goes, sir, step aside. I need to take the next customer. I go, don't step aside. I said, I've been waiting here for 20 minutes. Now you're going to steal $10 from me. He goes, I'll get the manager. Just step aside. I go, no.
Yeah, I had that happen to me at Store 24 in Boston. I gave them a 20 and they gave me change for a 10, and they told me I didn't. Yeah.
I have a question for you. So, did Bri just leave?
I think so. Bri got so upset about his change, he just left.
Okay, cool. I'll ask you then, just Jay. So, if you're having someone do work on your house, I know you don't have a house, but like a painter, say, and he's done with everything. He has a little more stuff he has to finish the next day, but you're supposed to pay him that day. Would you withhold some extra money to make sure he comes back and finishes things? Or would you pay him everything? And the thing he has to do, he has to come back and just put a couple things up that he's got to put back up. Would you withhold anything or just pay him everything and trust him to come back?
I think you would see how... if you felt okay the first couple days, you could usually get
Did my whole story get cut off?
No.
So here's my question to you, Brian. I was asking Jay. Yeah. So I had paint on I had this guy paint my house. Yeah. And so I owed him the rest of the money, which was a couple $1,000s, and he had to put some stuff he took off the bathroom wall. He had to put back on the bathroom wall. Yeah. And so the situation was I'm supposed to pay him everything else is done, and I'm like, oh, you still have to do this. He's like, oh, I'll come back tomorrow. I get my power drill. I'll come back and I'll just put that back up. And he's like, okay. He's like, pay me. And do I pay him the entire fee, or do I withhold a little bit of money, like a couple $100s, to make sure he comes back the next day?
I would withhold it to make sure he comes back.
Oh, Jay, what would you do?
I don't know what the actual protocol is, but that's what I would do.
Jay, what would you do?
It depends what kind of vibe you were getting from the guy.
It seemed trustworthy up to this point.
I would probably pay him if it's not that big of a deal.
So how do you think the guy would react to this?
I think he would get insulted.
He lost his fucking mind. He was like, I can't believe you don't trust me. It was like I was his son screwing him over.
See, that's
he was lost. He was like, oh my God. He's like, I can't believe we've tried. I've known you. How could you how would you do this to me? He started storming off with his paints.
See, that's why now he's not coming back. And that's exactly why I would have given him his money in the first place.
I had to apologize. I'm like, I gave him all the money, and he came back and did everything. But it was really weird. I didn't know the protocol. I just thought you were supposed to withhold money till they actually finished everything. I was just trying to keep the form, not be the moron that paid everything and have the guy not come back.
Well, I'm glad we had that what if scenario where we actually knew what the outcome would be.
I was curious to hear what you guys had to say. I wanted to take your advice and go back in time.
Let's see. Greg came back. Would you rather be Thor or Captain America?
I think being team captain is always better. And what powers, extra power? What powers do they each have?
Thor has godlike powers. Captain America just took steroids.
Ooh, I'm gonna be the god.
Although in the comics, Thor, if he loses his hammer, if he's not touching his hammer for a certain amount of time, he turns into a weak leukemia doctor.
A leukemia doctor?
Or something. He's got he's like a frail, dying doctor if he doesn't
Well,
have
like
his
it's like we're like even when he loses his power, he has the power to cure people from leukemia.
No, yeah, I guess.
he still helps people pretty.
He still has the power to write prescriptions, so that's pretty good.
So and Captain America just has a shield and like took steroids.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Thor here.
Super speed. Thor is kind of a douche, though.
Doesn't Thor in the movie do that girl from Garden State?
I think so.
So I'm gonna go with Thor here.
I think I would go Captain America.
Because you like steroids?
Because he's Republican.
Because Captain America fights Hitler.
Yeah, you punch Hitler in the nose, and then you get frozen for 50 years, and then you get to come back when there's all this cool technology, and then you lead the Avengers.
But then they'd be like, Captain America, I'm going to send you a tweet. What's a tweet? I don't understand the current technology.
Yeah, I'm surprised the movies don't like have more jokes like that, where he just has no idea what the hell's going on.
I'll send you an email. What's the email? I don't know what the internet is. Or maybe he comes back and find out there's porn on this thing in his computer, and he just like never leaves home.
He quits the Avengers.
We need the world needs to be saved. I'm on my fucking computer. Leave me alone.
Do you have
He walks
any
by
idea
an
what's
arcade.
happening?
He's playing the Avenger game, and
Hmm?
he walks by like an arcade and he sees people playing like that game they used to play in college, like with everybody.
Oh,
the
yeah,
X-Men.
That should have been Avengers 2. That would have been a much better one. Let's see. Jay, are you a perfectionist?
Have you heard the podcast? Go on, Jay.
Yeah, I think that's self-explanatory. No. How was your Vegas trip? Did you see some Vegas girls? We already covered that. Now Harry joins in. Guys, please, 27 questions per person max. We're almost done, guys. Jay, if you were to be offered $110,000, a 3-year contract to leave your job and do a podcast, would you take it?
Yeah.
If that is per year, then yes, absolutely.
I think if that's the total compensation, you might not take it.
No, I wouldn't do that for total compensation because I do need to like pay bills. But
let's say it's $30,000 a year, but it's you're going to be on national radio, so you get amazing exposure.
Might do that.
Yeah, that would be kind of worth it because then you could really turn it into something later on.
Yeah, I mean that could actually like if anybody likes it, that could lead to some good stuff.
Like after that 3-year contract's up, you could probably make some money, or you could probably make like some side like advertise. I think your national exposure is pretty huge.
Yeah. Bri, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Let's see. Where the hell are we? Oh, okay. What was Jay and Mark's original dream? I know it was not to be a salesman and who you know, and who knows what Jay does. What did you guys originally want to be when you were young?
Who knows what Jay does? He works for a company that makes money. Just figure it out.
Nobody knows what Jay does.
I wanted to be third wheel on a semi-popular podcast.
Jay, do you actually, forgetting the company, do you actually know what you do anymore? Jay actually has to write down what other people do at his company, which I think is hilarious.
That's literally my job.
What was my dream? My dream was that I could teach all the people to sing. I'd like to be a baseball player if I could just have like magical powers.
You want to be a baseball player or somebody with magical powers?
No, I'm saying like if I could be like a professional, if you like give me magical ability to actually be a professional baseball player, I would do that.
Okay.
Would be fine steroids. If I could take a lot of steroids and become a baseball player, I would do it.
I wanted to be a video editor.
Couldn't you just do that?
No.
Like mine takes like
Like you could just do that tomorrow if you wanted.
Yeah, can't you just take classes and just do it?
Unless you're blind. Are you blind? If you're blind, you probably can't do that.
Hey, Doug Lyman, I want to edit your movie. Oh, cool, because I know how to do it, so I could have the job, right? We're good?
Well, there's millions of videos you could edit. You could edit fucking surveillance videos.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
My dream was to make websites, but it's impossible.
Like my dream was to be black. I mean, okay, yeah, I'm never gonna be black. Okay.
My dream was to be an Uber driver, but that's impossible.
My dad's gonna be. He wants to be an Uber driver.
It sounds like according to the signs they post, people make money.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Uber is the more people do it, the less money you make.
Right. But where I live, I don't think there's a lot of people doing it. So I think, but then I also don't think there's going to be people who want to go very far.
How do you become an Uber driver? What do you have to do?
You just sign up for it. You just just go online, put your name in, and your email address, and then they bring you to a screen. Because I started to do it because I wanted to see what it was like for him. Then you have to give them your social security number. They do a background check on you, and then you have to upload your driver's license, your registration, and your insurance information. And then I think that's it.
It's like being a video editor. You just say, I want to be a video editor, and you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like impossible to become a video editor. I mean, you have to get a genie. So the Uber driver, how much do they get? I mean,
they don't say. That's where I'm stuck. They don't say.
Because I assume Uber takes a percentage.
Yeah, I mean, every city has their own rate structure and by mile and by minute, but it doesn't say what they pay the drivers.
I also don't understand with Uber, when you go on there,
yeah,
you you punch in and you see drivers and you make a connection. Basically, they're using their phone, you're using your phone, and you connect with someone, right?
No, I think what happens is if you're a driver, you put your phone or your app on, and then when somebody puts that they want to ride, Uber, the app or whatever, just pages the person who's the closest to them and says, hey, you got a ride here if you want to have it. And then if you hit no, then it goes to the next person. I don't think the actual driver and passenger connect.
Right.
Okay. Well, my question was the person driving the car, how much does he have to do on his phone while he's driving? That was really my question. Is the guy sitting there I'm going to get into a car accident because I'm trying to say yes to an Uber drive?
While he's got a passenger, or
no? I mean, just you're not supposed to text when you drive because it's distracting. I'm just wondering, this guy's driving around on the street, and he's trying to get Uber people passengers.
Well, I mean, you just keep your phone on, and it beeps you get a text message type of thing when somebody pings you. I mean, you don't have to be driving; you could just be sitting somewhere in a parking lot.
So you just sit in parking lots and just go I'm not a loser. I'm an Uber driver.
I mean, I'm sure in New York there's.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. No, that's it. I mean, so it says here most full-time drivers in big U.S. cities report earning $600 to $1,200 a week after expenses. So $30,000 to $60,000 a year.
But also you could do it as often or as little as you want. So I mean, if you just I told my dad, if you're at Mohegan Sun, just turn your thing on because you're going to find somebody who needs a ride home from there, and just hopefully it's on the way home to your house.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty good way to make some extra cash.
Yeah.
And meet strangers. But it says here only 2% earn more than $75,000 in 2014. So 2% of them are earning more than $75,000 doing this. Holy crap.
It's not bad.
On next week's show, we all become Uber drivers.
We could do our show from the road.
So what is Uber X versus regular Uber?
I think Uber X is fancier cars.
Did we ever get your original dream, Bri?
Oh, I didn't really have one.
I chose baseball player. Jay chose to take class in video editing.
Well, what dream? When I was 3 years old or when I became an adult?
I'm going to say adult because we all would have picked something like fireman.
Then I wanted to be in the FBI.
Yeah. Some days my son's dream is to become a giraffe. So.
Oh, well. Apparently that's easier than a film editor.
Video editor, impossible.
We should just change the name of the show to Making Fun of Jay.
Let's see, how to become a video editor online. Jay, the first website, become a professional video editor.
Damn, I missed that website. My dreams could have came true.
Ask.com.
So professional video editors used to work with film, cutting and pasting strips of footage in a completed project. You don't have to do that anymore, Jay. you could do it all using digital files. Did you know that? Is that why you haven't become one?
You could do it while you're an Uber driver.
Man, I've been knee deep in cutting films.
Apparently, there aren't really like you don't really have to have a degree in this.
Got him. All right, sorry.
Okay, I'm behind. I'm warning Syndergaard will get the final out. So thank you.
I bet he does.
Oh, how much you want to bet? I don't know why it's so much slower on the iPad, but what's the best path for starting a video editing career? Jay, why don't you just do this? In the time you take to do the podcast, you could become a video editor.
Maybe instead of getting to level 1,000 in Candy Crush, I should have just read that website.
How much do you think video editors earn?
$30,000 a year.
Okay, come on, Google. Average pay as of May 2011, make an average of $66,000 a year.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
That's
Jay,
more than I'm making now.
So, Jay, you could be making a good salary if you just pursue your dream. Let me see. What's the average baseball player make? We're all going to pursue our dreams. Average baseball player salary. Oh, not base. Is $4 million. So Jay's going to make 66 grand, $4 million. And how much do giraffes earn? Come on, do you have any dreams, Brian?
Yeah, I said I wanted to be the FBI.
Oh, okay. See, at least that's it would be a doable one, but it's a tough one. Baseball one's a really tough one. Jay's, he could start doing tomorrow.
Jay could have done it while we were doing the show.
What's your dream in life? To make a peanut butter sandwich. But how do you even get peanut butter?
My dream is to stay up past 10:30 on a Sunday.
Did I ever tell you guys how much I hate you?
My dream is to stay up for late night with Conan O'Brien. But who even knows what channel TBS is on?
Okay, let's get through the last few questions. When do you guys see yourself... When you guys get old, do you see yourself staying in New York or going to another country and buying a mansion there? I say that because I have a friend who recently bought a house in a gated Guatemalan community in Guatemala, and it literally looks like a mansion, and he bought it for $127,000. Is New York overrated?
Wow.
Yes, New York is overrated.
I'm kind of thinking, how much do you think Guatemalan soccer players make? Because I was going to look up how much Guatemalan houses cost, but then this search came up instead.
See, the thing about buying a house in Guatemala is that you're then living in Guatemala.
It's true.
I don't know if I'm living in a gated mansion, it wouldn't be bad. So let's see what we can get for house prices in Guatemala. I think Guatemala is a pretty cool country. And and while you're living there, the country, the government will get overthrown, and they'll take your land, and you'll have nothing. And you might get shot. But beyond that, you might live in a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
So it sounds like living in New York.
So for a well-maintained, larger footprint, a greater scale home, the price tag could rise dramatically to about, $2 million?
Is it hard to get girls in Jay's graduate school center or place or wherever he goes? I would say yes, because pretty much every girl I've met is either in a relationship or married. That's the difference between grad school and undergrad. Everyone's already
An adult.
Up. Yeah, everyone's an adult and living in adult lives.
This place looks like a mansion.
Does your significant other ever make fun of you for anything?
Because I eat a lot of beans.
She makes fun of you for your bean eating habit? I think we lost Mark.
Oh.
Do you get made fun of, Bri?
Can you hear me now?
Now we
No,
can.
I don't actually.
Oh, no, she'll even make fun of me. It'll just be like, oh, what do you want to have for dinner tonight? Well, I was going to have, you're going to eat your beans again, aren't you? Yeah. That's the kind of conversation we'll have.
If you could shut down one fast food franchise, what would it be?
Taco Bell.
I think I'd shut down
as I'm now dead to Jay.
You're dead to me, Bri.
I would shut down McDonald's.
Me too.
No, they're gonna have breakfast all day now.
I don't think I always thought that obviously it's all trash, but I feel like it's not even that good. Really, is McDonald's really that great?
No, I feel like it's the worst out of all the fast food burger places.
Here's a better question, or another question: if you could pick one fast food place and everything you eat there would be healthy for you, so you could just eat it morning, noon, and night, and have it just be a part of your very healthy diet, what fast food place would it be?
Probably Taco Bell.
Wait, the food, imaginary food, becomes healthy, or we eat it because it's healthy?
No, it becomes healthy. So, if you choose McDonald's, then Big Macs are all of a sudden only healthy to you.
Yeah, everything you eat at McDonald's or everything you eat at Burger King or Wendy's is now healthy for you.
Well, my favorite fast food are the chicken McNuggets, so I guess I'd have to go with McDonald's.
I'm gonna go Wendy's.
Wendy's is probably healthier just on a whole.
I mean, they're all. I mean, they probably barely, but I think I love the Frosties. Then again, I'll just Dairy Queen. I'll have their a Blizzard every day.
Ooh.
I've never.
Oh, you're eating a Blizzard? Yep. I gotta keep off the pounds.
I've never been to a Dairy Queen.
No. You don't know what you're missing. They put cookies in ice cream.
I don't know how they figured that out, but
or candy.
I don't know where the hell you find one.
I could walk to one from my house.
There's 12 left in America. It seems like they were a lot of Dairy Queens back when people played Castlevania, but not so much now.
It seems like they have a ton of commercials in New York when there's not Dairy Queens in New
They
York.
probably could use a video editor for the commercials.
I hate you guys so much.
Jay, what's your zip code?
11102.
What's your 1102?
3 1s.
11102. This is your zip code in Queens?
Yeah.
Oh, because mine's 11110. Oh, whatever.
Jay, what's your address in Queens?
What's your social security number in Queens?
I was looking at the do you know where 3739 Junction Boulevard in Corona is?
No.
Oh, well, that's the nearest Dairy Queen to you. There's also one on West 14th Street.
I know where that is. Okay.
This is Dairy Queen Grill and Chill Restaurant.
That doesn't sound like the same
I thought they just served ice cream. I didn't know they had like a grill.
They have fast food like hot dogs and shit.
I'm gonna go with Wendy's. I like Wendy's the best.
Jay, what are your thoughts on wallet chains? Why do I get super specific questions? I am for them because they wore them in swingers, and I love swingers.
Wallet chains are a really good way to tell your friends that you're coming out.
Yeah, pretty. I was just gonna say they're pretty gay.
They're not like pretty gay. I think they are a full on like just. I don't need to tell you ever. This is what I'm doing, guys. Yeah, my mic and
in case you haven't figured it out, here.
Guys, have you seen the show Hoarders on TLC? Why did they put up with those people? They should just burn all their garbage in front of them and tell them life is hard, tough love.
Hoarders is the worst thing. I heard about hoarders was people like just the whole concept is people just keep too much stuff. Yeah. And I didn't realize it was like a psychotic disorder. I just thought it was like you go to someone's house and you just make fun of them for having too much stuff. But you watch the show, it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah. Like, there was one lady who was hoarding cats, but like half of them were dead. You would just like walk over like dead cats to get to the live cats.
It is disgusting what they do, and the people who are videotaping them are just like, let's make their life worse by putting it all on TV.
Right? Yeah.
The confusing thing is when they have like a significant other.
Oh my god!
Like the lady will be like, "Yeah, I just I filled up his side of the bed with the paper cups," and the husband's like, "Yeah, I have to sleep under the couch now because she filled up the rest of the house," and it's like, asshole, like put a stop to this shit.
I'm kind of fine with them just executing people on the hoarders. I don't really believe in the death penalty for many people, but people on the hoarders, like, just put them out of their misery. Just call it euthanasia or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They're not living a good life.
Okay, not a baseball fan, but opinions on the Wilmer Flores crying Mets guy. Then he hits a home run game winner.
Actually, it was a kind of a cool story.
It was, actually. So what happened was the Mets were playing, and they announced on Twitter and a bunch of like places that the Mets had made this trade for this guy who used to be a Met, who's good now. And one of the guys who they were trading away was this guy Flores, who's playing shortstop, but he was still in the game, even though like everybody said he was traded. So he found out somehow while he was on the dugout, and he came out and he was crying because he's like 23. He's been with the team for 5 years and
no, he's been with the team since he was drafted by the team when he was 16.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the only place he's ever been. He's getting traded to Milwaukee, which is a shitty team. So he was crying and like because he had no idea what the fuck was going on. So then they finally took him out of the game. Then the trade fell through, and then the next day he's like the most popular guy on the team, and then he hit a game-winning home run the other night. So it was a cool story.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. It was also it was one of those things where the story broke, but the trade had actually never been the trade had never actually officially been happened, but everyone just like thought it did.
It was like 98% done, and then it fell through. But
yeah, at the last second, the Mets said, "We're too cheap. We're not doing this trade."
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, they said the medical reports on Carlos Gomez was going to get. Gomez is too injured, even though he's been playing every day. He's too injured. No one's going to want him. And then the following day, he was traded to Houston. Yeah. Because Houston was like, yeah, he's totally fine. You guys are just cheap. But we got Cespedes. I mean, basically, would you rather have Cespedes or Gomez?
I'd rather have Cespedes and Wheeler.
Yeah. No, that guy they traded.
All right. We told the story. Jesus Christ. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Thoughts? How are they going to introduce magic into the movie? Because he is pure magic as it gets.
Are you making up this shitty question? What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell is a Benedict Cumberbatch?
He was, I don't know if you saw the new Star Trek. He was the bad guy in that.
No.
He was in that movie where he was like a spy or something. I don't know. He's an actor.
Oh. How do you, you're an actor and you don't change that's your name and you don't change it? Benedict Cumberbatch?
I don't know.
What? I wonder if this is his real name. I mean,
it's got to be.
There's no way I could spell this. Oh, here it is. It comes up. Thank you, Google. This is the guy that plays Sherlock. That guy. Let me read this guy. Is this really his name?
Yeah, why would
Benedict
you make a stage
Timothy
name
Carlton Cumberbatch. He has the biggest asshole name possible.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously British.
I mean, you wouldn't make a fake name like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
I believe
it'd be great if this was the Rock's real name. Benedict Timothy The Rock Carlton Cumberbatch.
I fine. He's a fine Doctor Strange.
Did you ever notice that with The Rock? What they did with his for when he started being in movies. At first, they'd be like, and The Rock is in the movie, and then it would be Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was just Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, it's kind of like Mark Wahlberg. He's just trying to like get people to forget about his past.
It'd be great if Mark Wahlberg would bring it back up, like out of nowhere. Mark, what was his name? Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Mark the Funky Bunch Wahlberg.
People nowadays probably wouldn't even know what that is.
Probably not.
No, it was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, he's come a long way since he was singing with the Funky Bunch.
I think he peaked. Good vibrations. I think it'll be fine to do magic because it's CGI. So Harry Potter seemed to do it fine. Right?
Was that an answer to a question?
Yeah.
What did they ask?
Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be Doctor Strange, which is a superhero that I know you guys have not heard of. And
is he in the Avengers?
Is he in Austin Powers?
He's going to be in the Avengers. I guess he was at some point. Everyone's been in the Avengers at some point. Well, apparently all you have to do to get in the Avengers is just ask.
What do we have to do for comic book movies to stop being popular so Jay could stop answering these questions?
Jay's got to edit them.
Oh, God.
Jay, is that your dream? Would your ultimate dream to be a video editor on an X-Men movie?
Yes, that would be like, especially since Olivia Munn's in an X-Men movie now.
So what would you do like to get into the business?
I don't know. I tried for like 10 years.
Would you
work.
stab a guy or blow a guy?
How did you try? How did you try to get into it?
Well,
like,
because
there's tons of movie things out there you could work on, not make a lot of money doing, but.
Well, that's the thing. You either all the jobs I looked for, they either wanted 5 years experience or they wanted you to work for free, and I was never in a position to work for free, and I didn't have the 5 years experience, so I got stuck in this like weird middle ground, and I just couldn't do anything.
So what if you get? Let's say you like.
I did like 2 independent films, and like nobody watched them. So. Did
you get a degree in this? I mean, could you get a degree in this? Would that help?
No, I got certified in whatever editing program, Final Cut or.
Okay, because maybe that's what you should be doing instead of your master's, your MBA. Just do you should do a video editing MBA.
Basically, I needed a lot of time to work for free, and I was just never in that position.
So instead, you were in a position to go to school for paying money. Could you work for free on the side?
No, because a lot of them are like.
I want to help you achieve this dream of making a peanut butter sandwich, Jay.
Basically, to get in, you want to work at like a studio.
Yeah.
But to do that, they want you to do a free internship, which is like full-time for free.
Okay, so let's say you have other paths to getting there. Would you do video editing of porn to get into this business?
Sure.
Would you do a video editing of child porn to get into this business?
I don't think that's a job you could find on Craigslist.
There's no listing for that job.
Yeah.
What about snuff porn?
Again, I don't think there's listing for that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a good job doing illegal snuff porn.
It's not for the resume either.
Yeah.
It's good for practice, but it's not good for the resume.
Listen,
probably not something you want on your LinkedIn profile either.
I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you some of my work. Now remember, forget about the content. Just look at the editing quality. Seriously, forget about the content.
I cannot stress that enough.
Again, I think the child was okay. After again, the work. Did you see that jump cut when the kid was crying?
Okay. Next question: Ronda Rousey or Floyd Mayweather?
To have sex with, I want to choose Rousey.
Or to get beat up by.
Anything doing with them, I'm going to choose Rousey.
Yeah, I don't really understand that one. Nicki Minaj might break up with Meek Mill. Mark should hit her up and see if she's available. She could really upgrade Mark's
What the hell is
life.
a Meek Mill?
I don't know what Meek Mill is. I have no idea what Meek Mill is.
I don't even know what a Nicki Minaj is.
I'm going to look this up. How do you spell Meek Mill?
If it's spelled right here, it's MEEK space MILL.
Oh, I was not even close. MEIK.
MEEK. I don't know if we could depend on the spelling on these questions.
Meek Mill, I found. Well, usually Google comes close. Wait, I thought Meek Mill was a girl.
I have no idea what it is.
Meek Mill's latest diss during a kickball game with LeBron James.
Oh, a diss.
Ooh, a diss.
There's nothing I like more than following disses.
Shouldn't we have ever heard of?
Oh, the only thing I like more than disses are debts.
So, you know what the crazy thing about this is? No one had heard of Meek Mill, and no one had heard of Jay, and yet Drake responded to Meek Mill instead of Jay. It's fucked up.
I know. It's crazy. I feel totally dissed. Okay. What do you think of Drake's diss to Meek Mill on Back to Back? You guys should analyze his lyrics on that diss.
I feel like I'm not even part of the culture. I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
I have no idea what's happening right now. I'm not convinced that Drake is actually a real artist.
Is Clippard in the game?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to speed up because we're getting back to baseball talk. Zoolander 2 trailer just got leaked. Thoughts?
Ugh.
It's going to be terrible. There's never been a sequel. Well, not never. There's very few sequels that are ever really good.
And there's also very few Ben Stiller movies that are good.
Yeah. Do you like Zoolander 1?
Never saw it.
What?
I saw about 6 minutes of it.
Brian, have you seen it?
No, I never saw it.
The hell's wrong? It's one of the great comedies.
I'm sure it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's better than Meek Mill.
Based on his other body of work, I'm sure it's great.
It's great. It actually is a hilarious movie.
Better than Harold and Kumar?
I like Harold and Kumar a lot.
I know you do. That's why I stopped taking your advice on comedy books.
Oh, God.
It was a bad movie.
Jay, why don't you recommend a movie today? What weird stuff do you recommend?
Well, why do you think everything I watch is weird?
I don't know.
Probably because most of the stuff I watch is weird.
Yeah, you watch some weird stuff.
Okay. If you got free tickets to go to one of these festivals, which one would you go to? Tomorrow World, Lollapalooza, EDC, Mad Decent Block Party. Again, I don't know what's going on there.
The only one I've ever heard of is Lollapalooza.
Yeah, me too.
At some point in my life, I felt like I knew what was going on in the world, and maybe just because of the internet, now there's so much stuff going on, but I have no idea what the hell people are talking about anymore.
Mad Decent Block Party? Like, it's not even a great party. It's just kind of a decent party.
Got him.
Well, I'm not going to Lollapalooza. I'm not going to, what was the first one?
Tomorrow World?
What the hell's that?
Oh, is that big rave over in Europe? If that's what it is, I would go to that. I think that's what it is.
I mean, I'll go to Europe.
Why are you in the garage again?
Oh, fuck. You know what it is?
In the headphone.
We have 3 questions left, and we're done.
It's hailing from Belgium.
Yes.
This is the big festival.
Tomorrow World?
I'll take a lot of drugs to go there. What the fuck?
Yeah, Tomorrow World looks awesome.
So we're asking our fans, did the Mets just win?
Yep.
Sweet. We're asking our fans to raise money to send us to Tomorrow World. If you could pay for the travel and expenses and drugs also.
Yes. You could donate on our website, brinkofsanityshow.com.
So Mad Decent Block Party is in Brooklyn, so this is more realistic.
Yeah.
Slightly. And so here's some acts you might like. Jay, do you happen to like the 4B, Alice in Wonderland, Bogor, Brazabelle, Bro Safari, Cashmere Cat, CL Cut Copy, Dactyl, Destructo, The Antwood, Dylan Francis, Diplo. I can't go
Have
on.
you even said a word yet?
I
Those
don't
are all
know.
just like sound.
Yeah, I feel like you just had a seizure.
Yeah.
Freight,
I think your mic's cutting out.
Knife Party, Major Lazer, Mears Green, Mija, Natus, Netsky, Odesga.
I know Knife Party. That's all I know.
Party Favor, Porter Robinson. I haven't known a single one yet. Oh, T-Pain. I know T-Pain. Like, personally.
How about them Giants? How far do you have them going? Playoffs maybe. Without JPP, does it cripple them this entire season? Oh, and by the way, Mark, Jets suck and Mets suck. Definitely with Team J on that one.
Wow. Way to break some news to me. How does your star defensive player lose his finger playing with fireworks? That's fucking retarded.
Yeah, because he's not very bright.
You would think
there was someone on the radio. They were like, "Why aren't the Giants signing anyone? Didn't their star defensive player just lose a finger?"
That's insane.
That really is fucking insane.
Why
You know what's also insane? You know what's even more insane, Jay?
Mm.
The Mets are tied for first place.
That's
yeah.
right, bitch.
High five to Bry.
That's
Why?
right.
All right. Ali writes, why are you guys not caring about Space Jam 2? Michael Jordan was perfect in that movie.
Are we having crossover questions from the Knicks podcast?
And B, if anybody should be in the sequel, it should be Kobe over LeBron and his hairline, and knowing LBJ would probably switch to the Monstars by halftime.
Best thing. Kobe Bryant should be in the new Space Jam, and he should team up with Pepe Le Pew to go raping in Colorado.
I don't think I could top that, so we'll move on. Last question. Why are goth women so hot?
They're not.
Bry.
Oh, they're probably hot because they were all black. That's why, and the sun's beating down on them. But I mean, they're not attractive if that's what he means.
Right.
Okay, I'm typing in hot goth women, and I'm going to see some images here.
We didn't get one Hulk Hogan question?
What happened to Hulk Hogan? These goth women are not hot, but even when I type in hot goth women, they're not hot on the website. What happened to Hulk Hogan?
He got fired from the WWE because he dropped a couple of N-bombs.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. So I didn't know Hulk Hogan was a racist.
And we didn't get any Roddy Piper questions either.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Didn't you just kind of assume wrestling was racist?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like one of the big wrestlers growing up, like Ted DiBiase, who owned a slave?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Rowdy Roddy?
He died.
He died.
He was top 5 all-time wrestler, too.
Definitely.
They're you don't really hear about when you hear about wrestlers these days. It's usually because they died. It's never like a good story.
Back to goth women. My experience with goth women they are chubby, bitchy girls that wear all black and listen to shitty music.
Pretty much.
Those are the goth girls in my high school, anyway.
Oh, I thought you were still reading the question.
No, that's my answer.
I didn't know that was your answer.
That's my answer.
What's Bam Bam Bigelow doing these days?
He died.
Yeah, he died.
I think he died.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to figure out if we can name a wrestler that's still alive.
There's a website called like Dead Wrestlers, and it has like the list of everyone who died.
Okay, let me try to think of people from growing up that are still alive. Is Ted DiBiase still alive?
Yeah.
What about his slave?
Yeah, I saw him at Comic-Con.
Oh,
Virgil.
What about what are the ones from New Zealand? The Bushwhackers.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
They really gave me a different picture of New Zealand than actually what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the Bushwhackers. Is that it? Is that the end of your list?
Is that all you know growing up?
The Demolition guys. Oh, I know. The African Dream. Is he still alive?
Hakeem,
the African Dream.
I think he died.
What about that big cop he teamed up with?
Big Boss Man?
Yeah.
I think he died too.
Mr. Perfect?
He's dead.
I know Macho Man's not dead. What about Miss Elizabeth?
Yep.
Yeah, she died.
Jesus. What about
Bushwhackers are alive.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka? You know Bushwhackers were Mensa?
No.
I did know that.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
He is alive.
I read this. I heard this. It was another podcast. They did an interview with who was that Canadian wrestler who was pretty good? That was the champion for a while.
Bret Hart?
Yeah, Bret Hart. Yeah, it must have been Bret Hart. And he was leaving.
Bravo? Rick Martel?
No, it was Bret Hart. And so he would wrestle for the WWE or WF, whatever they're called, for a long, long time. And he was like really close with the whatever the guy who runs the company. Mm-hmm. And so he just got offered a lot more money from WCW. And he was just like, I can't turn this down. It's just whatever it is. Like, this is going to make I'll be set for life.
Crush from Demolition is dead.
Oh. And so he was going to leave. And he said, like, so they're like, well, you're the champion. You have to turn the title over. We need you to lose your last match. And he was like, I'm not going to lose my last match. And they set it up for his fight. And he was like, I'm not going to lose my last match. And so they agreed, you're not going to lose your last match.
Oh, that was the thing with Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, with Shawn Michaels. Yeah. But then because he also thought Shawn Michaels was like he didn't wrestle the correct way. And then they just screwed him over. Basically, they had Shawn Michaels win the title, and even though he thought he was supposed to like win the fight. He thought they were supposed to like be disqualified, and then he lost his mind and ran and like actually punched what's his name in the face. Yeah,
that was when it started. And then Vince McMahon was like, "Oh, wait a minute, everybody loved that." Now that's when he started like doing all those kinds of storylines and shit.
Yeah, they said that actually helped. They made wrestling because then they did like the realm between reality and like the crossover, and it made wrestling. Well, that's when I stopped watching by then, but apparently it made like really popular.
Yeah. Jimmy Snuka wrestled last year at the age of 71.
Holy shit! Junkyard Dog?
I think he's dead.
Andre the Giant?
He's definitely dead.
Hulk Hogan?
His career's dead.
Yeah.
I bet to a lot of wrestling fans, his career is not dead.
Yeah, Junkyard Dog died like almost 20 years ago.
I saw Hulk Hogan in a gym once. I was working out at Gold's Gym in Manhattan, and he was there. My friend was like, "That's Hulk Hogan." I'm like, "No, it's not." Holy shit, that's Hulk Hogan. And he was kind of big in person. And he was like, "Let's go." My friend was like, "Let's go work out near him." I was like, "Yeah, let's go work out near him." Like, that's all we did. We didn't say hi.
Junkyard,
he was massive.
Junkyard Dog on Wikipedia says signature moves, dog-like antics. What a shitty wrestler.
Yeah.
Barking at an opponent and crawling on all fours.
I'm going to call out that it's getting late. Should we end the show?
We are done.
Okay.
We are Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter, The Brink of Sanity on Instagram, brinkofsanityshow.com is the website.
If you can figure out how to take a voice memo and email it to us, we'll play it on the show.
Yeah, Mark told me people do that. I have no idea what that is, but
I heard another podcast where people would like make voice memos on their phones and then email the voice memos. And if you can email it to whatever the email address is over a show, we'll play the voice message. Like it'll be better than even calling in. You don't have to like wait till the show's on and call us in. You can make a voice memo and then have your voice on the show. And we'll listen to your voice in the show and we'll comment to you. We're talking to you, but it'll be a recording of you.
Yeah.
And Jay will edit it and get one step closer to his dream of being a video
editor. We'll talk to you without actually having to talk to you. It'll work out great.
And if you want to,
if you could send video for Jay to edit, that would be wonderful.
And if you want to do old school phone, 631-676-1181 is the voicemail number. So that's it, right? We're done?
Yes.
Yes. Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.
By the